Over the past couple of years, we've heard a lot about storage. Obviously, it's becoming more and more critical to the average consumer. Why is that?
Consumers are using handheld digital video cameras. They're taking pictures digitally now. They're storing those pictures digitally on the home computer. And people are using the internet more frequently now to access more sites with multimedia content such as YouTube or other sites such as Netflix to actually rent their movies and watch them over their computer. All of these new applications for home computing is driving the need for just really explosive growth in storage. Samsung is addressing the consumer need for increased storage by developing different platform drives for the different needs of those platforms. So, for example, in handheld consumer electronics for either a digital camera or a handheld MP3 player or handheld movie player, Samsung has created a 1.8-inch hard drive with capacities up to 160 gigabytes. Now, for other applications, we have different form factor drives as well. We have, for notebook PCs, we have a 2.5-inch form factor drive, or that platform is also used for console gaming. We also have a 3.5-inch form factor drive for desktop PCs with massive capacities. We offer up to 1 terabyte in a single hard drive now.
What are some of the technologies that Samsung's developed for hard drives?
The drive, when it's operating, can detect if it's falling and it'll try and attempt to protect itself. We also have a vibration controller chip inside, such that if MP3 player is put in a dock with some loudspeakers next to it, the drive can actually compensate and continue playing without interruption from the vibration being induced by the speaker. We use that similar technology, that vibration sensor, in 2.5-inch drives, also 3.5-inch drives for different reasons. 2.5-inch drive might be for a notebook PC put next to speakers, or a notebook PC and maybe someone's using it on a train, there's some ambient vibration there. Or even in a desktop PC, if there's a number of drives installed next to each other, there might be some chassis vibration. Samsung is a manufacturer of both solid-state hard drives and also conventional hard drive technology, and both product technologies have great futures to them. Hard drives are used primarily in mainstream notebook computing space, the value product of notebook PCs, or even the highest performance, the desktop replacement notebook PC. Those require hard drive performance and high capacities at a very economical price, and that's where hard drives fit best. An SSD in the notebook PC space, currently it's made some great inroads with the thin and light notebook PC category. MP3 players today in the lowest capacities typically use flash memory. But then if you look at the MP3 players with the highest capacity storage inside them, those are all typically hard drive based technologies today.
So how much longer is a 3.5-inch drive really going to be around?
If we look at just the fundamental, just storage space on a 2.5-inch disk versus the size or the storage space of a 3.5-inch disk, it's almost a 2-to-1. So even if the same components are used inside each drive, for the same number of dollars, you would always get about 2 times more storage capacity in a 3.5-inch drive. We recognize consumers will find more ways to use that storage capacity if they're given it. Samsung is making higher capacity hard drives, better performance, more reliable, that consume less power. We're also recognizing there's an industry trend for green initiatives. In our mind, green initiatives means reduction of hazardous materials, which we comply with the major standards there, and also green in terms of the power consumption on these drives. And we've developed a new class of 3.5-inch desktop product that is green because it's consumes dramatically less power than a standard 7200 RPM drive, but it offers about the same performance as the 7200 RPM drives. Because they use less power, they also run cooler, which has all kinds of benefits, namely increased reliability of the drive over its lifetime. If the next 5 years are anything like the last 5 years, we would expect to see continued strong growth in each of those major form factor products, and consumers will find a way to use those higher capacity drives that are made.